Good evening, Rahul. Thank you, and welcome to all my fellow co-panelists. Let me be very clear. The Waqf Act is one of 8 reasons why Hindus are, forget about second class, 8th class citizens in their own country. Other 7 reasons briefly are: number 1, Kashmiri Hindus forced to be refugees in their own land. That one can settle 40,000 Rohingyas in Jammu and Kashmir, but not 7 lakh Kashmiri Hindus, the land's original inhabitants. Raped, murdered, pillaged, ethnically cleansed, and then 30 years later, the judiciary says it's too late to prosecute the perpetrators too. Hindu temples being exclusively controlled by the state. Hindus have to beg for Waqf land to celebrate Ganesh Chaturthi, their own festival, when the government has usurped hundreds of thousands of acres of temple land and is responsible for more than 100,000 temples losing lakhs of crores in rental income. 3. The draconian RT Act that discriminates shockingly against only Hindus and their schools. 4. State-sponsored publications, naming of roads and cities, organizing of festivals that eulogize monsters like Aurangzeb and Tipu, who perpetrated large-scale Hindu genocide. 5. The drafted communal violence bill, where only the majority, i.e. Hindus, would have been held guilty in a communal riots, even if they were in a minority, for example, in Kashmir. 6. Court judgments like the flawed Sabrimala and legislative enactments like the Hindu Code Bill that exclusively purport to reform only Hindu religious practices but dare not touch practice of other religions, and if they do, their decisions are promptly reversed, like in Shah Bano 7. The barbaric 1991 Place of Worship Act that denies the Hindus their legitimate right to correct historical injustices and reclaim thousands of demolished temples. Let me now briefly address the 8th reason, Rahul, the draconian Waqf Act 1995. Rahul, Waqf is the 3rd largest landowner in India. Some say it is the 2nd largest after only the railways. The land holding is also shockingly pre-independence. 77% of Delhi is on Waqf land, including the Delhi High Court. Please check. Maybe your Times Now studio also might be on Waqf land. Waqf essentially means that any donated property belongs to Allah in perpetuity. Hum sare Allah ki deen hai. Basically, Waqf Act decides any property adjudged by Muslim law as pious, religious or charitable becomes Waqf. The boards are headed and constituted exclusively by Muslims. Hindus can't get in to decide. Section 28 gives it power to order even a collector. Article 40 gives it power to decide if your land is Waqf or not. Section 54 gives it power to declare you as an encroacher. Waqf tribunal decision can only be overturned by a long and financially draining legal process, thanks also lately to Supreme Court. Varna wo bhi avenue available nahi tha. Rahul, just 30 seconds. What on earth is going on here? Muslims claimed in the court that Gyan-Vyapi, built atop a Hindu temple, is on Waqf land. So was the Grand Kashi Vishwanath, demolished by Aurangzeb, also on Waqf land? Are Ganga-Jamuna, Tehjeeb bol ke Ganga bhi le li aur Yamuna bhi? I ask you, how can a 1500-year-old temple, Hindu temple, be adjudged by Waqf to be on Islamic land when Islam is only 1300 years old? Tell me how.